Hey y'all, it's Miranda Lambert, and I'm about to dive into the iHeartRadio box. Texas. These remind me of home, obviously, and I collect salt and pepper shakers because it's my mamaw thing that I do. So I started collecting them because I travel a lot and I wanted something like a memento from places I go, and that's something that was actually useful. And so my dad used to collect me little bells, but I had one from every state, so I decided to switch salt and pepper shakers, and now I have, I think, like 83 sets. Very protective of them. Very important to me. My favorite one is probably my Airstream one that's pulled by a little 55 Chevy truck, because it's two things I love in life. So next, MuttNation Foundation is near and dear to my heart. It's my other passion besides music. It is a foundation I started in 2009 with my mom, and we are a foundation that raises awareness for adoption and shelter pets, and also for spay-neuter. And we do everything from natural disasters to buying a little dog a wheelchair if they need it. We kind of run the gamut, and we are in charge of every dollar that comes through the charity, and we know where all the money goes, and so it's really important to us. We've raised over $4 million since 2009 and saved thousands of little puppies. Ooh, this is a good one. Is this actually mine? My mom sent y'all this. I actually had this on VHS. That's how I'm 35, so yeah, that's happening. This I watched like religiously when I was little, trying to sing Hero, which I never really got there, still can't. But I think that this probably was one of the reasons why I started to sing. Between this on VHS, and I also had the DVD, and going to Garth Brooks' concert at Texas Stadium when I was 10, I think that's kind of what started the fire in me about music. And I did sing Hero in my 4th grade talent show. I wasn't very good, but I gave it a whirl. Kerosene was my very first album I ever made. Came out in 2005, and it was the one where if it worked, it would set my career on a path, and if it didn't, I wouldn't be standing right here. So it definitely was a lead off to my career and my artistic journey to now. And now I'm 7 albums later, and you know, it's crazy to think back to this little girl, and she was just as feisty as this one, so we're doing good. Oh, technology. That's me. All Comes Out in the Wash video. Don't know how to turn it off. There we go. All Comes Out in the Wash is my current single of my 7th studio album, Wildcard, out today. I love this song being the first lead-off single of this record because it's kind of the tone of what the whole record is and the tone of my life right now. I've gone through some hard stuff in the last 4 or 5 years, and this record and this time in my life really are represented by that simple phrase, it all comes out in the wash. It's kind of a reminder that bad times will come, but you grow stronger through it, and that one day you come back out alive and you smile. And it's a phrase my grandma and my mom used to say to me when I would get my panties in a wad about whatever, 4th grade boyfriends, or, you know, spill nail polish, or something I thought was a huge deal and realized that it was not a big deal at all. So I love this one, and I'm proud of it. The video was really fun. It was really hot. It was in Nashville, outside of Nashville, and it was in the summer, and so it was hot, but it was fun. I got my real friends in the video, and we got to drive SUVs and 4-wheel drives all day in the mud, and I usually go 4-wheeling in designer clothes and fishnets almost all the time, so it was perfect. Very real. Oh, that's a good one. This was when I won a Grammy. Grammys are obviously such a huge deal to singer-songwriters, and getting nominated for one already is a big deal, but getting to go and just be part of it and then actually having one on yourself, it's like the most validating thing when other people in your industry and other people that do their own art care and pay attention to what you're doing. And I live and breathe country music, and so having peers vote for you and walking up on that stage, there's no feeling like it. I mean, it's something that you can't really explain, and I never take it for granted. Cowboy boots, Idlewind. This is my brand. It's one of my babies. I get to be very hands-on with it. We started Idlewind. I guess we launched really a couple years ago, but we launched with Boot Barn last year, and it's really fun. I mean, it all started with a vintage pair of cowboy boots and the fact that I couldn't find like the perfect one for stage, and so we decided to make it happen on our own. And so Idlewind's very close to my heart. I do a lot of work for it and spend time on it and approve every single item that comes through the brand, and it's important to me to do that. But my heart is always in the boots, and so I'm really proud to like have that branch of my art be, another part of my brand. It's really cool. Roadside Bars Pink Guitars tour it was amazing. I got to be out on the road with some girls that I really respect and love and that inspire me, and that's kind of how the tour came about. It's when you start a tour, you get on the phone with your agent, your manager, and everyone's talking about who's available and what fits artistically and who's inspiring you. And it's not just about the show for the fans, it's about the whole vibe backstage too, because that energy shows to the fans. And I felt like the girls right now were kind of leading the charge for me for inspiration and creativity in their music. And I want to be able to be somewhat of a mentor to the younger female artists if I can, because I've been doing this for 15 years. So if they go through something they need help with, I didn't have that coming up. I had gone on all men tours, which were amazing, and I learned so much, but I didn't have a female to call when I was having an absolute meltdown. And so I'm hoping that building a camaraderie with these girls on the road, they can look to me for that. So we've had a great time. Last but not least, Wildcard, the record. Lucky number 7, we hope. I'm so proud of this record and the journey as a woman that took me here to get here. I think the cover alone speaks volumes of what this record is to me, and the tone of voice and the point of view I'm coming from at this point in my life at 35. I feel like the bright colors and the red and the truth and the joy and the hopefulness is all kind of encompassed in Wildcard as a whole. And it kind of goes back to it all comes out in a wash phase. It's, if anyone listens to Wildcard as a whole, I want them to take away one thing, and that's hope that whatever you're going through is going to be a-okay and you're going to smile again. That was everything in the box. Be sure and listen to my new record, Wildcard, at iHeartRadio.